A warm welcome to one and all assembled here. Welcome to another SharePoint session on a very commonly used topic or commonly used concept in real-time projects in SharePoint on how to create a service application. We will have a look at some of the steps needed to create a service application, with the help of which you can create any service application, be that Access or Excel service application or manage metadata or search service application or anything based on your needs. Most of the times the service applications are created automatically during the installation with the form configuration wizard. But today we will just have a look at how a service application can be created with the help of PowerShell. So before going on, fundamentals of service application, you have a service consumer, that is any application or service that consumes the service shown by the circle 1. And then how do you connect to the service application? Through the help of proxy shown in arrow number 2. So through the proxy we can connect to the service application. And the service application is a logical entity which contains information about the database and other configuration information. And the actual services are running inside the services shown at the bottom. So the services are similar to the Windows services, and when the services are actually running, that is called service machine instance. And please note that service applications can actually be grouped into different logical groups if needed. So overall, these are the steps to create a service application. First, decide the application pool. If you do not have or want to create a new application pool, first get a managed account or create a new managed account. Next, decide what will be the database name for the service application, and then decide the service application name and the service application proxy name. Then create the service application and finally create the service application proxy. And based on your actual service application, you can manage the service application and change the configuration details. For now, this is the common step which is applicable to any of the service application, various service applications in SharePoint. Okay. First, go to the SharePoint environment, click Manage Service Application, and from here you can directly create a new service application by selecting New icon. Here there are various service applications available, and you can create a new service application based on your needs. For our, let's just try to create a new app management service. So we'll just select that, and then we can just say for demo purpose, I'm just going to give app demo, and we'll give the database server name. And for this, they already have a database name. We'll just give a name like app management demo underscore DB. And then finally, you can just give the, if you have a failover database server, you can give that name. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and create existing service application pool. If you want to create a new application pool, you can select this and create a new application pool. And finally, we'll select OK. So once this is done, a new service application for that corresponding service application is created along with the proxy when you do that from central administration. So you can create various service application listed below, like Access service application or app management or Excel service application. But sometimes we would need the help of PowerShell. For example, we cannot create the site subscription service application which is needed for running the apps from the central administration. In that case, you would definitely need to use the Windows PowerShell. So launch the ISE as an administrator. As a first step, load the snap-in. Add PS snap-in Microsoft.SharePoint.PowerShell. Okay. Next step, get the application pool. We will just reuse the existing application pool with the name SharePoint Web Service Default. Okay. And store that in a variable. Okay. Next, in case you want to create a new service application pool, we can just use this particular example. I'll just put new application pool is equal to new service app pool hyphen name custom app pool to account. We have to use the managed account. For that, you have to use a get hyphen sp managed account and get all the managed account. So we have contoso/administrator. So I'm going to reuse that, and we can store that in the new application pool. So it's all your choice. For now, we'll just reuse the existing service application pool with the name SharePoint Web Services default. Now the service, application pool is ready. Next, we need to decide the database name and the service application name. Fine. And we can finally create the service application pool by using the command new-sp followed by the service application name. So if I just, so in the database name, I've given site subscription SADB, or let's just say SADB1. And next is we give the name as site subscription settings service application. And please note that when you type new-sp, there are, you can, for access, see access service application. For Excel, we have Excel service application. And so based on the service application name, you would have the corresponding service application name. If we want to view all the service application, we just have to use the command get-sp service application. Okay, this will list all the service application. Now let's just go ahead and run this command, which will create a new site subscription settings service application. Now the site subscription settings service application is created. Very good. But as a final step, we need to create the proxy. So please note that when you do your service application through the central administration, the proxy is created automatically. Okay. So we created the app demo. Look, the proxy is also created automatically. But if you want to do for through the PowerShell, the proxy is not created automatically. We have the site subscription settings service application, but we don't have the proxy. So to create the proxy, we need to use the corresponding proxy command. If, for example, over here, it will be new-sp subscription settings service application proxy. And we have to give the name and the service application. So let me just use the get the service application and call this proxy command and execute. So after I execute that command, the SharePoint site subscription settings service application and the corresponding proxy is getting created. Okay. So this is how we created, and it is better to use PowerShell for more powerful management. So the other lines of code is an example for manage metadata. Similarly, you have to get the database name, the SA name, call new-sp metadata service application, and give the database server name or the database name, the application pool, and finally call the application proxy. So for each application, it differs. For example, if it is access, we have to use new-sp access service application. For Excel, we need to use Excel. For app management, we need to use app management. So we have the corresponding commands. If we want to view all the service application, we just have to use get-sp service application. Get-sp service application. If you want to view all the proxy, we have to use the command get-sp service application proxy. So let me just execute this. This will display all the service applications along with their ID. So as a quick summary, we looked at what is a simple service application and the various steps involved to create a service application. First, you get the application pool. If you don't have application pool, create or reuse an existing managed account. Then decide what will be the database name. Then what will be the service application name and the proxy name. Then finally create the service application name and create the service application with the names you have given and create the service application proxy. So with the help of PowerShell, you have more control. That is, you can decide the DB name. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this helps you. Take care. Bye-bye.